Hello, everybody. Welcome to Words for Life. My name is Steven, and today we're going to be covering the famous saying, water off a duck's back. Now, this phrase is often used to describe situations in which individuals ignore negative criticism or negative comments without them being affected by those negative comments or actions in some cases. So, the origin of this phrase actually goes back to the behavior of ducks and how, when water touches their feathers, it actually just rolls right off. So when a duck is swimming, any water that gets onto their feathers just rolls right off and doesn't look like it actually goes past the initial layer of their feathers. This is due to special oils that are secreted by one of the duck's glands that they actually go and coat their feathers with that makes them waterproof essentially. So with this phrase in mind of water off a duck's back, this shows some importance about how we can learn to repel negativity or negative comments or actions in our lives. Really, to live a fulfilling and relaxing life, so to speak, it's important to not let people's negative comments, words, or actions bother us. Obviously, this is easier said than done, but it is an important skill that we should try and cultivate or learn if we want to live relaxing and happy and fulfilling lives. One way to really work on this skill is to practice mindfulness. This is being really present in the moment, not doing any kind of judgment or being distracted. And when we practice mindfulness, we can actually observe the thoughts and feelings that we have without really getting caught up in them. So we allow thoughts or emotions to sort of pass through us and not let them impact our current emotional state. They're just thoughts, let them pass through, and don't say whether they're good or bad, just let them go. This will allow us to see those negative thoughts or feelings that we might have in ourselves and kind of build some resilience towards negativity because, like at least I do, I'm not sure if you do, but I'm pretty sure others do, we have some negative self-talk and some negative comments that we think about ourselves. And by practicing mindfulness, we're with our own selves essentially, and it's a safe space where we can allow those comments to come in. Don't pass judgment on them, don't really deliberate on whether that's good or bad or otherwise, but let them pass through. This can help us build that resilience towards criticism or negativity that comes from outside of ourselves. Another way to do this is really knowing yourself. By knowing who you are and your likes, your dislike, what your personality is like, and being assured of who you are, not wishy-washy, so to speak, it's easier to shrug off those negative comments or those actions, knowing that you are secure in yourself and how you live. So that goes back to having a strong sense of self, and strong sense of purpose can also drive to that. When we have that strong sense of self and purpose, we're less likely to be affected by what people say or do because we know what we think we are doing is correct. And what others do is their opinion, but it doesn't necessarily have to impact us. So, by having that purpose and meaning, we solidify ourselves with what we think of ourselves. We can also make sure that we are surrounding ourselves with supportive people or groups that really want to make us better and not try and tear us down. Now, there is productive critiquing that can be done from that supportive group, but it is meant in the light to make you better in the future than what you are today. So, things to keep in mind when we think about the word criticism, there's productive critiquing, and then there's criticism that is meant to tear you down or tear your sense of self down. So, with this background on where water off a duck's back comes from, and some tools you can use to try and apply this quote to your everyday life to live a more relaxing and fulfilled life, it's just very important to remember that We shouldn't let others' actions or words bother us. Everybody is going to behave in what they think is their best interest. Unfortunately, there are some that have a purpose of tearing others down to make themselves feel better, and that's an unfortunate case. But by being secure in your own self and building up resilience of your personality, your likes and your dislikes, it will help you lead a better life. So let's all embrace this duck's natural ability to repel negativity in our lives and try and live our best lives. Thank you for joining me on this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought about it, and I will catch you on the next episode. Thank you, and have a great day.